I insist that ECOWAS should join the Alliance of Sahel States, Mr. Zine declared. There are ECOWAS countries that would likely benefit from joining the AES, as it prioritizes the culture of sovereignty and dignity of the continent.
Could countries abandon ECOWAS and join AES? Niger has extended invitations to all ECOWAS nations to join AES. But why? With ECOWAS failing to deliver on its promises, there's a push to replace it with a more effective organization, namely AES. Yet will nations take up this offer? And what incentives does AES provide? Let's find out. Niger's recent invitation to ECOWAS countries to join the Alliance of Sahel States AES has ignited discussions and speculation about the future of African geopolitics. This bold move by Niger's prime minister highlights the shifting dynamics within the region and hints at a potential realignment of alliances. The invitation challenges the established order of regional integration and cooperation, signaling Niger's aspirations for greater autonomy and influence in the Sahel region. But why was this bold step taken? Niger's recent invitation to ECOWAS countries to join the Alliance of Sahel States AES represents a bold and strategic action that has captured the attention of observers across the African continent and beyond. This move, spearheaded by Niger's Prime Minister, Ali Mohamed Lamine, marks a significant departure from traditional modes of regional cooperation and integration. By extending this invitation, Niger asserts its position as a key player in the Sahel region and signals its ambition to reshape the geopolitical landscape in its favor. What really is the AES, and how can it bring any betterment to Africa? The Alliance of Sahel States AES emerged against the backdrop of escalating security challenges and geopolitical shifts in the Sahel region of Africa. Formed in September 2023 by Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, the AES represents a significant departure from traditional models of regional integration and cooperation. At its core, the AES seeks to address the pressing security threats facing its member states and foster greater collaboration in the pursuit of peace, stability, and development. The origins of the AES can be traced back to the shared challenges and vulnerabilities faced by its founding members. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, all situated in the semi-arid belt south of the Sahara Desert, have grappled with a myriad of security threats, including terrorism, insurgency, organized crime, and intercommunal violence. These challenges have been exacerbated by factors such as porous borders, weak governance structures, and socioeconomic disparities, creating a complex and volatile security environment. The formation of the AES was driven by a recognition of the need for collective action to address these challenges effectively. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, mindful of their shared history, cultural ties, and geographical proximity, came together to forge a new path towards regional cooperation and integration. By establishing the AES, these countries sought to pool their resources, expertise, and political will to confront common threats and pursue shared objectives. Central to the objectives of the AES is the principle of collective defense and mutual assistance. The alliance operates on the premise that an attack on any member state is an attack on all, necessitating a unified response to external aggression and internal instability. This principle reflects the recognition that security challenges in the Sahel region are inherently transnational and require a coordinated and multilateral approach to address effectively. In addition to its focus on security, the AES also seeks to promote economic development and social cohesion within its member states. Recognizing the interlinkages between security, development, and stability, the alliance's actions address the root causes of conflict and insecurity, including poverty, unemployment, and marginalization. By fostering economic integration and promoting inclusive growth, the AES aims to create opportunities for its citizens and reduce the drivers of instability in the region. The AES's objectives are further underscored by its commitment to regional cooperation and partnership. The alliance recognizes the importance of engaging with neighboring countries, regional organizations, and international partners to achieve its goals. Through dialogue, diplomacy, and collaboration, the AES seeks to build bridges, forge alliances, and promote peace and prosperity in the Sahel region and beyond. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. Key to the AES's approach is a recognition of the diverse and complex nature of security threats in the Sahel region. The alliance adopts a holistic and multidimensional approach to security, addressing not only traditional threats such as terrorism and insurgency, but also emerging challenges such as climate change, environmental degradation, and resource scarcity. By adopting a comprehensive strategy that integrates security, development, and governance, the AES seeks to build resilience, enhance stability, and promote sustainable development in the Sahel region. The formation of the AES has been met with both optimism and skepticism from observers within and outside the region. Proponents view the alliance as a positive step towards addressing the security challenges facing the Sahel and promoting regional integration and cooperation. They argue that the AES has the potential to catalyze positive change, fostering greater solidarity and unity among its member states. Despite the challenges there are, the AES remains committed to its mission of promoting peace, stability, and development in the Sahel region. As the alliance continues to evolve and expand its activities, it will be essential for its member states to demonstrate political will, leadership, and cooperation to realize its objectives. Ultimately, the success of the AES will depend on its ability to translate its vision into concrete actions that deliver tangible benefits to the people of the Sahel and contribute to a more secure and prosperous future for the region. And how is AES different from ECOWAS? Why should nations choose AES over ECOWAS? The emergence of the Alliance of Sahel States AES as a regional bloc in Africa has raised questions about its relationship with existing organizations like the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS and the implications for African integration. As the AES asserts its influence in the Sahel region, it presents a new vision for regional cooperation that diverges from the established norms and priorities of ECOWAS. The AES, comprising Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, is founded on the principle of collective defense and mutual assistance. Central to its objectives is the promotion of security and stability in the Sahel region, which has been plagued by terrorism, insurgency, and organized crime. Unlike ECOWAS, which prioritizes economic integration and political harmonization, the AES places a greater emphasis on sovereignty and national security. The AES's focus on security reflects the unique challenges facing its member states, which are situated in a volatile and conflict-prone region. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have grappled with a myriad of security threats, including jihadist insurgency, intercommunal violence, and transnational crime. By prioritizing security cooperation, the AES seeks to address these challenges collectively and bolster the capacity of its member states to respond to emerging threats. Moreover, the AES's emphasis on sovereignty reflects a desire among its member states to assert their autonomy and independence in the face of external pressures. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have a long history of colonial rule and foreign intervention, which has shaped their approach to regional cooperation. By forming the AES, these countries seek to reclaim agency and control over their affairs, free from external interference. In contrast to the AES, ECOWAS has traditionally focused on economic integration and political harmonization as the pillars of African integration. Established in 1975, ECOWAS aims to promote economic cooperation, facilitate trade and investment, and foster political stability and democracy in West Africa. With 15 member states spanning from Cape Verde to Nigeria, ECOWAS represents one of the largest regional organizations in Africa. At the heart of ECOWAS's objectives is the vision of a unified and prosperous West Africa, characterized by the free movement of goods, services, and people across national borders. The organization has made significant strides in promoting regional trade and economic development through initiatives such as the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, ETLS, and the ECOWAS Common External Tariff, CET. Moreover, ECOWAS has played a key role in mediating conflicts and promoting democratic governance in the region, notably through its interventions in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia. However, ECOWAS's vision for African integration has faced challenges and limitations, particularly in the areas of security and political cooperation. The organization has struggled to address the root causes of conflict and instability in the region, and its efforts to promote democratic governance have been met with mixed results. Moreover, ECOWAS's decision-making processes have been criticized for being slow and bureaucratic, hindering its ability to respond effectively to emerging challenges. The emergence of the AES as a regional bloc in Africa poses both opportunities and challenges for African integration. On the one hand, the AES's focus on security and sovereignty aligns with the pressing needs and priorities of its member states, particularly in the Sahel region. By addressing these challenges collectively, the AES has the potential to enhance regional stability and promote peace and security in a volatile region. On the other hand, the AES's emphasis on security and sovereignty could complicate efforts to achieve broader objectives of African integration, such as economic cooperation and political harmonization. The divergence in priorities between the AES and ECOWAS could lead to competition and fragmentation within the continent, undermining efforts to create a unified and cohesive Africa. Moreover, the emergence of the AES raises questions about the future of regional organizations like ECOWAS and their relevance in a changing geopolitical landscape. As the AES asserts its influence in the Sahel region, ECOWAS may face pressure to adapt and respond to emerging challenges, or risk being sidelined in regional affairs. Is Russia responsible for any of this, as it plays an important role in the Sahel region? In recent years, Russia has emerged as a significant player in the Sahel region of Africa, making strategic investments in military, economic, and diplomatic spheres. This growing presence has raised questions about Russia's motives and intentions in the region, as well as the implications for African geopolitics. Russia's renewed interest in Africa can be traced back to the early 2000s, when the country began to reassert itself on the global stage under President Vladimir Putin's leadership. Seeking to expand its influence beyond traditional spheres of influence, Russia adopted a more assertive foreign policy posture and sought to strengthen ties with African countries. This diplomatic outreach was accompanied by increased economic cooperation, particularly in the energy and natural resources sectors. In recent years, Russia's engagement with Africa has intensified, driven by a desire to counter Western influence and gain access to strategic markets and resources. The Sahel region, with its strategic location and abundant natural resources, has emerged as a key focal point of Russia's African strategy. Through diplomatic overtures, military partnerships, and economic investments, Russia has sought to deepen its engagement in the region and position itself as a key player in African geopolitics. One of the most visible aspects of Russia's engagement in the Sahel is its military presence, particularly in countries like Mali and Burkina Faso. Russia has provided military training, equipment, and advisory support to local security forces, ostensibly to combat terrorism and insurgency in the region. This military assistance has bolstered Russia's influence and leverage in the Sahel, while also raising concerns among Western powers about Moscow's intentions. Russia's military presence in the Sahel serves multiple strategic objectives. First and foremost, it allows Russia to project power and influence beyond its traditional spheres of influence and assert itself as a global player. By positioning itself as a security provider in the Sahel, Russia seeks to gain favor with local governments and establish itself as a trusted partner in the fight against terrorism and instability. Moreover, Russia's military presence in the Sahel serves as a counterbalance to Western powers, particularly France, which has historically maintained a strong military presence in the region. By expanding its military footprint in the Sahel, Russia aims to challenge Western dominance and assert its interests in the region. This geopolitical competition has the potential to exacerbate tensions and instability in the Sahel, as rival powers vie for influence and control. In addition to its military engagement, Russia has also made significant economic investments in the Sahel, particularly in the energy and natural resources sectors. Through partnerships and joint ventures with local governments and businesses, Russia has sought to gain access to strategic resources such as oil, gas, and minerals, while also providing economic incentives and development assistance to host countries. Russia's economic investments in the Sahel are driven by a desire to diversify its economic interests and reduce its dependence on Western markets and resources. By investing in the Sahel, Russia aims to secure access to critical resources and markets, while also expanding its influence and presence in the region. However, these economic investments have also raised concerns about Russia's intentions and the potential for exploitation and resource extraction at the expense of local populations. In addition to its military and economic engagements, Russia has also pursued a diplomatic strategy aimed at expanding its influence and alliances in the Sahel. Through high-level visits, diplomatic exchanges, and strategic partnerships, Russia has sought to cultivate relationships with key actors in the region and advance its geopolitical objectives. Russia's diplomatic actions in the Sahel is driven by a desire to build alliances and counter Western influence in the region. By cultivating relationships with local governments and regional organizations, Russia aims to gain political leverage and undermine Western dominance in African geopolitics. And how does it impact Africa's decision? Like one to invite ECOWAS nations to join AES? Russia's alliance makes Africa's standards high. When they find ECOWAS not working, they don't give it any other chance now, but want to make a stronger organization that will work. So, is ditching ECOWAS the right thing to do? Evaluating whether ditching ECOWAS is a good or bad decision requires a nuanced analysis of its historical performance, current challenges, and the potential benefits and risks of forming a new organization akin to AES. Many argue that ECOWAS has not significantly boosted economic growth or reduced poverty in the region. Intra-regional trade remains low compared to other regions. ECOWAS has been criticized for its bureaucratic inefficiencies and lack of enforcement mechanisms. Despite its efforts, ECOWAS has struggled with addressing persistent political instability and security threats, such as terrorism and coups. Experts argue that ECOWAS has failed to achieve its primary objectives and that its structure and operational mechanisms are outdated. Forming a new organization could allow for the development of a more effective and modern framework, tailored to current geopolitical and economic realities. By modeling a new organization after AES, there is potential to adopt best practices and avoid past mistakes. A new organization could start with a clean slate, implementing lessons learned from ECOWAS's failures and successes. With a focus on creating robust economic and political ties, a new entity could facilitate deeper integration and cooperation. By adopting a more streamlined and efficient governance structure, a new organization could enhance decision-making and accountability. Should nations leave ECOWAS for AES? By joining AES, nations can reduce their dependence on external actors, particularly former colonial powers like France, and assert greater control over their domestic and foreign policies. The AES framework allows for more decisive and swift action in response to security threats, compared to the often bureaucratic and slow-moving processes of ECOWAS. The AES's commitment to treating an attack on one member as an attack on all provides a robust security guarantee. This collective defense mechanism is particularly appealing for countries in the volatile Sahel region facing frequent armed uprisings and terrorism. The AES's concentrated focus on the Sahel region allows for more specialized and effective security strategies tailored to the unique challenges of the area. It aims to develop new economic frameworks that prioritize the sovereignty and dignity of its members. This could lead to more equitable and tailored economic policies that better address the needs of member states. By breaking away from the broader ECOWAS economic structure, which often disproportionately benefits certain countries, AES members can focus on reducing economic disparities and fostering inclusive growth within the Sahel region. Aligning with Russia and other non-Western powers provides an alternative to the historically Western-dominated influence within ECOWAS. This can diversify economic and military support options, reducing the over-reliance on Western countries. The AES's emphasis on sovereignty resonates with nationalistic sentiments, fostering a sense of pride and dignity among member states as they assert their independence from former colonial rulers. The AES also brings together countries with similar cultural, historical, and geographical contexts, facilitating more cohesive and effective regional integration. This shared context can enhance collaboration and understanding among member states. The AES can design development programs specifically tailored to the unique needs and opportunities of the Sahel region, leading to more impactful and relevant initiatives. It can also provide an opportunity for member states to develop a unified vision and identity focused on the unique challenges and opportunities of the Sahel region. Countries within the AES can take on leadership roles, shaping the organization's direction and priorities in ways that align closely with their national interests and regional aspirations. As a newly established organization, the AES has the flexibility to innovate and adapt its frameworks and policies without the constraints of long-standing bureaucratic traditions. The AES can implement governance structures that are more responsive and agile, addressing issues more effectively and efficiently than the larger and more established ECOWAS. The AES also encourages stronger bonds of solidarity among its members, fostering a sense of mutual support and cooperation that can be more intimate and effective than within the larger ECOWAS. By focusing on intra-regional projects and initiatives, the AES can create a more cohesive and mutually beneficial development environment. While the decision to leave ECOWAS for AES involves significant considerations, the potential benefits of enhanced sovereignty, focused security cooperation, economic independence, and reduced Western influence present compelling reasons for nations to make this shift. The AES offers a promising alternative framework that aligns closely with the unique needs and aspirations of Sahel region countries, providing opportunities for more effective regional integration, tailored development, and a stronger collective identity. By joining the AES, nations can assert their autonomy, address their specific challenges more effectively, and foster a sense of regional solidarity and pride. Do you think the nation should leave ECOWAS and join AES? Why do you think ECOWAS never worked as it should? Let us know in the comments section. Will African nations compromise any longer? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.